All right, let's get started. Okay, good afternoon and welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Yan and I'm from Hikvision Tech Support Team. Today I will be presenting you our new security services solution, Hik-ProConnect. I understand that you may have questions throughout this session, so I ask you that please post all your questions in the Q&A window below, and my colleagues will answer this in due process. Okay, as a world leader and well-known innovative company, Hikvision has been always eager to understand what our customer want to know, so that we can create cutting-edge technologies and solutions. Today, more and more customers are looking for a platform that can help streamline and manage customer expectations efficiently. Hik-ProConnect is our answer to that. In today's webinar, I will go through this new platform in the following manner. What is Hik-ProConnect and why do we need it? I will also cover the key features of the Hik-ProConnect and explain the most commonly asked question, how secure it is. At the end, I will show you how to get the app and most importantly, how to join our internal testing program. Okay, before we get started, I would like to use some widely seen examples to explain to you why Hik-ProConnect is needed. Some of you may have experienced some of these scenarios, receiving a customer's phone call and he can hardly explain to you what the problem is because he doesn't have enough professional knowledge. In this case, you have to spend hours to diagnose via the phone, or the worst case, a site visiting. For the customers who may simply have a requirement to link the CCTV system with a newly installed alarm system, you may have to drive to there just to do some button clicks. For some of you as a manager, you may find that sometimes you don't have enough man-hours to manage devices on different sites. Excuse me. What about marketing? How would you like your company name and logo to be widely exposed to the customers? But you are often limited by expensive advertising. Well, Hik-ProConnect is our answer to all of these problems. So, what is Hik-ProConnect? Hik-ProConnect is a convergent cloud-based solution that helps manage security systems such as CCTV, alarms, and intercoms for your customers and expand your businesses through a subscription offering. It provides functions such as remote maintenance, status monitoring, linkage configuration, and so much more. All of these functions can be achieved throughout the web client and mobile app as well. Currently, both installers and end users typically use the Hik-Connect app to manage their Hikvision devices. They can perform live view, playback, and receiving alarm notifications. But now with the Hik-ProConnect solution, the story is different. The end user will still use the Hik-Connect app with an existing account and functionality, but with much more power. From the installer's perspective, they will have more options. They are now able to use Hik-ProConnect for centralized management and easy configuration marketing with very low cost. Please allow me to show you how it works through its key features. Okay, in this session, I will go through the key features of the product. And in the meanwhile, I will show you some configuration videos to give you a clear understanding of it. These features that are listing on the screen are aiming at the problems that I mentioned earlier. Before we started, I would like to invite you to join our internal testing program so that you can help us to test these features. Please contact your Hikvision BDM or sales for further information. All right, let's get started. The first key feature is customer authorization. So basically in the Hik-ProConnect system, in order to meet the GDPR regulation as an installer or system integrator, you have to be authorized by the end users to perform site maintenance. For a newly installed site, once the devices are added on the Hik-ProConnect, installers can invite end users via Hik Connect app and also apply for access to the site. End users will also have the right to assign the access permission for the installers. End user can also cancel the access permission of the current installers and give it a new one. I prepared a quick video to show you how to add sites, add devices, and most importantly, apply for authorization. Okay, this is how Hik-ProConnect web portal looks like. On this page, we can add a new site by simply a few clicks. Add new site here. After typing the site-related information and click on OK, a new site will be created. Now, adding devices is the next step. Hik-ProConnect can add devices that are in local LAN environment, and it will be shown on your portal as well. It can also add devices that are in internet environment by entering the serial number and the encryption key, which I will be showing later. Now, yes, now you can do manual adding. That is for internet, the device that is on internet. So the device. So once the compatibility is tested, so you can add the device easily. So now it's time to invite the site owner. So when you invite the site owner, please ensure that you enter the end user's email or phone number that is registered on Hik Connect. Otherwise, the end user will not receive it. Once the end user receives the notification on their Hik Connect app, which is showing on the screen, they can accept the invitation and provide the site permission back to the installers. You can see all the permissions are here, just by ticking it, and it sends it back to the installers. Easy and simple. Okay, let's take a look at the second feature of the Hik-ProConnect, which is a remote system management and health monitoring. No matter if you are an end user or installer, monitoring your security system status is quite essential. Now, Hik-ProConnect provides you a real-time health monitoring solution. In this web portal, you can see that all devices with issues are clearly shown. Once you have identified the faulty devices, the next step will be finding out the detail of the issue. Where do you go? To the exception center, of course. In the exception center, it contains all useful info that is related to the device faults. You can search the abnormal device info in this exceptions section to help you diagnose this issue. The exception info can also be sent to your portal, your mobile app, and your email. All right, now we have identified the faulty devices from health monitoring. We have also found what has happened to this device from the exception center. The next step will be, of course, modify the settings of the device. But can we do it remotely? The answer is yes. In the newly developed Hik-ProConnect, we can do remote configuration by accessing the device web interface. If you are familiar with our product, you will notice that they look almost the same. As you can see with Hik-ProConnect, from diagnosis to configuration, installers now have the ability to do remote troubleshooting instead of on-site diagnosis. This saves huge amount of hours for both installers and end users. All right, let's take a look at the video to go through this process. And, oops, sorry. So in this portal, you can easily find out that how many faulty devices are in each side. On the right-hand side, yeah, you can see it there. On the right-hand side, all devices are classified into 5 categories with 40 units number on it. Yeah, just over there. So underneath this one, you can identify the 40 units with device info. You clearly see the device info. Okay, now we have identified the 40 units. But now we need to find out what the issue is from the exception center. In here, once you selected the faulty device, all the exception info that you are looking for will be listed on the right. You can also set the listing time period in here as well. So for many installers, they prefer to set the exceptions as notifications so that they can receive the device info in real time. So in this exception center, all exceptions can be set up as a notification. So before we do the setup, please make sure that the notification function is enabled on the device. As I mentioned earlier, exceptions notification can be received by users through a web portal, mobile clients, which are Hik-ProConnect and Hik Connect, and we can receive that notification from the email as well. Let's do the settings here. Just take the one you want and click on OK. Very straightforward. Okay, now we have found the faulty device. We have found the exception info. Now it is time for us to fix the issue. Let's head to the remote configuration. Before we start the configuration, I have to remind you again that please do not forget to apply for the configuration permission. Otherwise, you can't basically do anything. So if you are familiar with our product, you won't have any problem here. Live view function is also available. See this remote session configuration, you can do all the basic settings and all that. Live view function is also available. So once you enter the correct verification code, the live view window will just pop up. So you can basically do recording, capture, PTZ control in here, same as a web interface. So once you join our testing program, you will have the chance to discover more features of the Hik-ProConnect, especially this configuration session. It is actually fun to play with. So as you can see from the diagnosis to configuration, Hik-ProConnect can help installers to avoid unnecessary site visits, which can save valuable time and money. All right, speaking of saving time, the installation time can be reduced as well. Hik-ProConnect can also save your valuable time in the installation process because it supports adding device via QR code. It supports adding device even in batches. It also supports SADP online device search. And most importantly, you can do all this function as well as asking for authorization by simply using your Hik-ProConnect app on your phone. Isn't it convenient? All right, now some of the experienced installers may ask me, is linkage action available on Hik-ProConnect? Well, let's find out. All right, this video, let's go to the site that we want to set the linkage and get the linkage rules section, which is here. There are 6 predefined linkage templates, which are intrusion, forced entry alarm, back to home office, away, visitor calling, and parameter zone alarm. Since these templates are predefined, so when you set up the linkage on these templates, so all you need to do is to assign source device and triggering device plus the linkage schedule. Another way of setting up the linkage action is through the source device. Let's take this door station as example, adding linkage name here, and then set up the source device and its movement, and then choose triggering device and its related action. Yep, and you won't miss the linkage schedule on the bottom. So from the video, we can see that in Hik-ProConnect, setting device internal linkage is available, and cross-device linkage is also available. What I didn't show you in that video is that it also allows for cloud device linkage. So we have tested this feature, and the delay time is actually less than 2 seconds. To me, it's quite impressive. All right, let's talk about another unique key feature of the Hik-ProConnect. I bet you will be interested because it helps you to solve the issue that you are facing every day. Okay, nowadays for remote site management, we are facing some difficulties on sharing devices amongst the installers. For example, as an installation manager, you may need to ask different technicians to maintain the same site, or you may need to ask them to visit the site multiple times. It means that every time you have to either asking the end user to share the device on their Hik-Connect, or you have to ask your technician to delete the device from his account so that the next technician can add it. But in the future, the Hik-ProConnect will get rid of all these hassles for you. Let's take a look how easy it is. Okay, in the installation company, there are 2 roles that have already existed, site manager and administrator. We definitely need more roles here. Let's create a role and call it IT manager, for example. We also need to assign permission to this new role. Once the role is created, we can add multiple employees into this role. If this is a new employee, we need to invite him into the system. This process is quite similar to invite the site owner, which I have showed you in the first video. But this time, the employee needs to answer the invitation from his email instead of the app. And now we can assign these sites to the newly added employee so that he can start working on it. All right. Hikvision has opened, again, Hikvision has opened our internal testing program in many other countries for a few weeks now, I would say. We have received lots of positive feedback from our clients. So among all these new features, I would say co-branding is definitely one of the most popular. So Hik-ProConnect allows our customers to upload their company logo and display it on the Hik Connect login page, which the one in the middle, which is here, and device info page and about section. It means that each time a customer of yours wants to check the CCTV system or show the footages to someone on his phone, your brand logo and name will be shown. That is a very good opportunity to expand your reputation. So a little tip in here, please make sure that your customer's Hik Connect app is version 4.6 or above. Okay, let's move on. The last key feature that is covered in this webinar is subscription offers. The basic functions such as remote configuration, live view, and end user authentication are free. Clients can also purchase maintenance package for more functions, which are showing on your screen. As we are currently running internal testing, so now all existing functions are free so that you can get familiar with Hik-ProConnect and provide valuable feedback to Hikvision. Okay, now that I have gone through all the key features of Hik-ProConnect, some of you may ask me a significant question. How secure is Hik-ProConnect? And yes, this is also the question that most of the end users will ask you. Well, let's take a look at the safety of this cloud-based product. First of all the data encryption and data isolation are powered by Amazon Web Services, which means the cloud service is deployed from the US and the data is also stored in the US. In addition to that, the connections between device and the platform and appliances are using HTTPS TLS protocol for private and secure data transmission. We also provide user-defined AES RSA encryption key for stream encryption, which brings the security to another level. The P2P technology that we are using can establish a secure link with port mapping so that the customer does not need to worry about exposing their ports to the public network. Other than that, as I mentioned earlier in this webinar, the end user is empowered and has the absolute right to assign or revoke installers to their device via Hik Connect app, which makes it even more secure. Okay, now where can you get the Hik-ProConnect? I have put the QR code on the screen so you can download it from your PC, Apple, or Android devices. Hik-ProConnect supports IE browser 11 or above, as well as Firefox and Chrome. For mobile app downloading, it requires iOS 10 or above, or Android 5 or above. Okay, last week we had our very first Hik-ProConnect webinar in Australia. Some of the attendees had some questions and thoughts regarding the registration process. So I added this part here so that we can take a look together. So once you're in the login page, simply click on the register to start the registration. in here, the process is no difference than other registration process. So there's one thing that I want to emphasize on, which is this authentication code that is being widely being asked by our users. So in the future, you can see this one is optional. In the future, authentication code will be sent to the users who has purchased the maintenance package. So simply use this code in the registration and the maintenance package will be activated. So that means that for non-administrative users or users that only use basic packages, we can just leave this column blank. And for this testing period, since all functions are free, so you can just leave this section blank and it won't affect anything. So once you ticked all this section and register, a verification will be sent to your email. And once you verify the account, and you can go to the login page. For the first time you log in, system will ask you to fill in company information. This process is also quite straightforward. Not much things to say, but we did have some feedback saying that entering address in 2 columns is not what Aussie customers normally do. So that we have discussed this with our headquarters to merge these 2 columns into one. And so on the bottom, you can see the business license number and the VAT number is another part that we need to modify. We are considering to combine these 2 together as one and call it ABN number. Probably gonna make it optional. We haven't decided yet, but we will let you know soon. Okay, underneath that, the logo. So now you can just entering random numbers into that section in there. So the logo you are adding here will also be shown on customers' Hik Connect app. So when you enable the co-branding functions that I mentioned earlier. All right, and then just some wizard to teach you how to use the portal and all that, which is quite simple. All right, I've also collected some frequently asked questions, and I want to share them with you. The most commonly asked question is, what is the difference between Hik-ProConnect and Hik Connect? I think most of you must have your answer now. So in general, they are for different users. Hik-ProConnect portal and the mobile client are for installers to provide them functionalities such as remote device management, health monitoring, and stuff like that. Hik Connect mobile client is mainly for end users to manage their devices and receive alarms from the devices. So there's big difference in there. Another similar question to that is, what are differences among Hik-ProConnect, IVMS 4200, and Hik Central Professional? All right, the Hik Central Professional, the HCP, is mainly used in medium to large project for private network, which is a line environment. Both end users and installers work on it. Installers probably spend more time on the web client, and users may use control client most of the time. And IVMS 4200 is a client software good for small project. So because it can do device installation management, local monitoring easily. So from my experience, end users and installers normally share the login here, which is quite different from Hik-ProConnect. So Hik-ProConnect is a convergent security solution that frees end users from local service, and it helps installers to manage services for the end users and expand their businesses by subscription offering. Okay, lots of our customers are asking us if they can add third-party devices on Hik-ProConnect. Unfortunately, the answer is no for the time being. And currently, Hik-ProConnect supports Hikvision, Hiluk, and EasyViz devices. Okay, last question. Can one device be managed by 2 employees of one installation company? Okay, the answer is no. However, if you remember and understood what I showed you earlier in the employee and permission management part, you would know that a device can be managed by an administrator, which is the boss admin, and one set manager, which is the employee, simultaneously. So boss and set manager can manage one device simultaneously, but it cannot be managed by 2 employees at the same time. Okay, after hear what I've said, if you want to join our testing program, please contact our state BD that are listed on the screen, or you can contact your account manager if you are representing the distributor. Okay, here comes the end of this webinar. On behalf of Hikvision Oceania, I really appreciate your time to join us. And I'm looking forward to see you in our next webinar. Thank you. I'll leave this page here so that you can write down all the info that you need. You can also contact the sales email address for more details if you want to join us. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you very much.